Oh no, not the dog.
You know, a lot of shows started out as good shows, and as the seasons progressed, they became terrible shows. One such show is Once Upon a Time. One of the biggest missed opportunities they had was not having a really epic retelling of how the Grinch stole Christmas. Cindy Lou Who is the hero, right? Christmas has been stolen. All of the magical Christmas items of Whoville have been stolen by the Grinch. And Cindy Lou Who has to go on an adventure to reclaim them and save all of Whoville. I just shoveled my toe. Once Upon a Time was a decent show. The first season was really good. Second season succeeded off of the momentum of the first season, but altogether wasn't a bad season. It got weird in season 3. The end of season 2 dealt with, the curse is broken. So people can come into Storybrooke and discover it and find out all these whack secrets about it. So when the season ends on, oh my gosh, Henry's kidnapped by Peter Pan, that made sense. I felt like that was a reasonable place to take the story. It didn't feel shoehorned into me. The fact that it was Peter Pan doing it, that was a little weird. But the fact that it was happening made sense. Season 3 has a mid-season finale. Rumpelstiltskin, who's been the villain for the whole series, everything evil in the story has come back to him until Peter Pan and Neverland, where like Neverland was the villain. What are you looking at, kids? Holy crap, they're children. I don't know who they are. It could be Finn. Could not be Finn. Everything was really resolved halfway through season 3. Really, everything was. Everything major, anyway. Like, Regina and Emma were like bros. And Emma was happily married to Neil. Neil was awesome. And everything was happy. The Dark One, Rumpelstiltskin, who has spent the whole story trying to be a hero, but knowing he's a villain, sacrifices himself for everyone by killing his father, killing the source of all the evil that has ever happened, ever. Everything bad that happens in Once Upon a Time is somewhere traced to either Rumpelstiltskin or the evil Queen Regina. Somewhere either caused by them or related to a thing caused by them. Regina was created by her mother, Cora, who was created by Rumpelstiltskin. So everything goes back to Rumpelstiltskin. How did Rumpelstiltskin get created? By the Dark One. Okay, how did the Dark One? He's Rumpelstiltskin now. So how was all that started? How was Rumpel started? His father, Peter Pan, freaking abandoned him. So the ultimate source of all the evil so far in the show, Peter Pan, is defeated by Rumpelstiltskin being a hero, sacrificing himself for everyone else. Emma and Henry, who've grown up in our world, are going to go off and live a happy, normal life in our world. Whereas all these fairy tale characters are going to go off back to fairy tale land to live their happy lives. You know, everything makes sense. Everything's good. Everything's ending the way it should be. And then they have a second half of the season. I think the best thing they could have done for story purposes is to extend the first half of season 3 into a 13-episode season and just end the show there. Everything after that sucked. Second half of season 3 wasn't necessarily bad. It just felt like Zelina with the Wicked Witch of the West didn't need to happen. That was a failure. Peter Pan, I felt like, oh, that made sense. I see why they did that. Zelina just didn't need to happen. Why did she enter the story? And then they get into Frozen territory. Well, why does Frozen enter the story? This is more a problem with like just the general like half season by half season basis that Once Upon a Time was going on for a few years. That it's just weird how they'll invest in half a season in a story like Frozen or Peter Pan or King Arthur, and then those characters And those events will have virtually no bearing on the following events. They'll just start with a premise, and it's like, oh, we're here now, and let's do the story with these characters. And then, oh, we're here now, let's do the story with these King Arthur characters. Could just be me, though. I stopped watching after the whole, whatchamacallit. What was it? Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde did the story, and I stopped watching. The land of untold stories. One concept shouldn't be explored in Once Upon a Time. It just should turn to a lousy show. I just think the 22 episode season thing doesn't work. Your season has more than like 14 episodes, it's whack. When I think of the greatest shows that I've ever watched, there are two categories. Well, three categories. They're either like super short, 4 episode or 5 episode shows, like Torchwood, Children of Earth, or Stephen Moffat's Jekyll. And you can watch the whole thing in like 5 hours because it's that short. Okay, so I just checked the camera and it wasn't recording. And I was like halfway in a rant about Once Upon a Time season 3 and like TV shows and what makes a TV show good, and those are all topics that are very close to my heart. So if I get on my computer and like none of that stuff was on there, that's gonna suck. Back to the season 3 Once Upon a Time conversation. All of the plot lines in that show were resolved by the end of season 3, by the mid-season finale of season 3. Excuse me. Rumpelstiltskin is the source of all evil in the Once Upon a Time universe until Neverland, right? The first 3 seasons, all of the evil that we see is either comes from Cora, the Evil Queen, and Rumpelstiltskin. And Cora and the Evil Queen were created, they were turned into villains by Rumpelstiltskin. So it's all Rumpel's fault. Who created Rumpelstiltskin? His freaking father with freaking Neverland. So they went to Neverland, they found Henry, saved Henry, they came back to Storybrooke. Peter Pan's there, and mythologically speaking, Peter Pan is technically the father of all evil in the Once Upon a Time universe, because he's the father of Rumpelstiltskin, who's the source of like all the other evils in the entire universe of Once Upon a Time. They kill him, they're good. They have nothing to worry about. Everything's just rainbows and summer from now on. And not only do they kill Peter Pan, but Rumpel does it. Like, he spends the whole story trying to be good but knowing he's evil because he's the Dark One, but he kills the Dark One. He destroys the evil in himself in the process of killing his father. That was like an amazing moment in the show. One of the best moments in the entire show. But then they come back for the second half of season 3 and the rest of the show, and they ruin all of that. The show didn't have to continue after that, you know? I think they could have extended the first half of season 3 into a 13 episode run, and the whole world would have been better for it. But that's what shows do, you know? Arrow was an amazing show. First 2 seasons were 2 of the best 20 plus episode season runs I've ever seen. But then they just keep extending it for some reason, because they always have to have a 23 episode run instead of, I don't know, having, oh, this is a story I have that's really good for Arrow, really fits where the story's going, only needs 14 episodes. Can we do it? Well, you gotta have 7 episodes of filler. So then you end up season 3, which is total garbage and trash, and you end up with season 4, which is total garbage and trash. And then you get season 5, which is pretty good, but no one's watching it anymore because the previous 2 seasons were total garbage and trash. So yeah, that's all I got.